We really don't use any smartphone applications or anything in our investigations just because, we really can't verify the technology behind them. I certainly don't know what's going on inside my iPhone. But we have been using a lot of new tools on investigations. We've been experimenting with shadow detectors, and we've been using these things we've been calling trigger object proximity sensors, where we can tell if something is approaching a trigger object. We've been using more REM pods to detect fluctuations and EMF fields and things around them, and we're being able to plant them all over rooms so we can kind of track something as it moves through the room. And so there's definitely a lot of different things we're doing technology-wise, but we kind of have steered clear of the smartphone apps.
Yeah, most of the time our phones are off or somewhere else completely, just because we don't want any interference in with what we're doing.
I always suggest for people to get at least a digital voice recorder and a digital camera, and if you want to invest a little bit more, then mini DV camera is great as well, because then you have video and audio, something with night shot. But those are great places to start right there, and a flashlight, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, a flashlight so you don't fall down.
I haven't, but I also feel like I've been so much more cautious. I'm really aware of where we're going, and we're walking in the dark, so I'm always thinking about okay, don't fall, Amy, and so I almost feel like I'm maybe a little bit more closed off than I'm used to being to that kind of thing. I do know that even though I really don't feel that I'm endangering myself or my child by investigating while pregnant, but I do know that if, and there were situations before where if there was something threatening, I would, of course, stay and be like, yeah, whatever, bring it, but now I'm more apt to say, you guys take this one, I'm going to, go sit in the tap stand for, a few minutes or something, just to be safe. It's better safe than sorry. And then, obviously, a lot of places we go into, there's environmental hazards and stuff, and I just won't even go in those buildings. And so there's definitely a lot more to take into account. I'm always thinking, baby first. It takes a lot to scare us at this point, and so now we have to really dig, when did we get scared?
When I feel like there's an animal present or something, that's when Amy and I really get our, panties in a wad, if you will, because we don't know if it's going to attack us or if it's going to, what's it going to do? An animal can make its own decisions, such as, ghosts can too, but I would rather deal with a ghost any day than an animal.
Anytime we can get some sort of evidence, obviously we consider that a successful investigation. But the three things we like to have, and honestly, it doesn't have to be on every investigation. The three things that we love to have are evidence. We like to have the ability to disprove things or give alternative explanations to our client. And we like to walk away knowing that our client has answers and feels more at ease. Those are the three things. We do have cases that have all three things, which are amazing. We love it when we can come to a client and say, hey, we have some evidence for you, but at the same time, here's some stuff you were experiencing that you might want to take a second look at, and then to see the look on their face when they're relieved and happy that we've, given them some definite answers. That's really just kind of like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I want to go to Graceland. I want to go to Graceland so bad. I keep saying, you guys, if we investigate Graceland, then, we can figure this out. If we find Elvis's ghost, he's obviously dead. But that's really the place I want to go to so badly. But I think it's more than I think most of the team would be down with that. But yeah. I'm not sure that Lisa Marie is really wanting us there.
That's true. You could always.
If anybody knows her, put in a word for her.
I know. We throw out ideas all the time, like the White House would be really, really cool, but I doubt we'd get clearance. It's we've tried and wanted to go to the Villisca Axe Murder House before. We've made attempts to get there, but we haven't been able to get there. So, I'd like to do Neverland Ranch. That would be fun. To see if there.
Too soon,
But, that's all.
Too soon.
Hey, you never know. You never know. They caught that apparition of, they said it was Michael walking through the hallway.
Come on, put your critical thinker hat on. That was clearly a shadow.
Fine. It was clearly a shadow. But still, I'm mourning a lot.
It's usually pretty clear, too. I mean, it doesn't interact with you. Like the apparition we saw on the USS Yorktown, that looked like a person. Everyone was like, "You're ghost hunters. You saw a ghost. Why were you so shocked?" Because it looked like a person walking across that deck. It did not look ghostly by any means. But here's this man walking across the deck, doesn't acknowledge us whatsoever. I mean, most people when they're, they see a film crew or a crew of, camera, they stop and do the deer in the headlights thing, like, oh, God, am I in the shot? What am I supposed to do now? This person didn't look at us, didn't glance at us, didn't answer us when we yelled out for them, just walked that path and disappeared.
Right, and I think the one thing that we noticed was its gait, the way its walk was a little strange, a little odd, but still, even in that sense, we completely were like, oh, it's, it looks like a person, so, like, what are they doing? No. That's a good question.
We don't even know where we're going next week. Our schedule is so up in the air right now. It's actually the craziest it's ever been, to be honest. We are very, we really have no idea where we're going at all. I mean, we definitely have kind of an overview, high overview of places we might go, but as far as what order and when, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, it's anybody's guess.